Welcome to the Ascend Tournament Series Mainstream. I'm Sporty FC, and you're joining us for a night of playoffs here. Part of the Apex Cup. We're in for some fun tonight here, and with a bracket that looks just like this, we are showing you the upper portion, part of the upper portion of our final bracket qualifier here for the Apex Cup. This is week 2 of 3 of our final bracket qualifier, meaning that not only are we going to have some teams eliminated, we're also going to have some teams qualify for the top 8. PXU Ghost, as you can see, has already made it, and so too has Torngelion and Team Evil Vagabond below this grouping that we are not focusing on. Our match tonight will be the other one, the one that has not concluded in the upper portion, 100x Solis and the Wyffer Wet Jets. The winner will make it top 8, the loser will need to play an extra round in the lower bracket against the winner of 2017 Golden State Warriors and GHE Athens. Both the Wet Jets and Solis made it out of their groups last season in Season 4. The Wet Jets actually winning out 2-0 in the final bracket qualifier, Solis going 2-1. But they did play. The last time these two teams played, they haven't played all season. Last time they played was also last season. It was when they met in the quarterfinals. The Wet Jets would win 4-2. Pretty good matchup actually when we had it on stream, and definitely something that we'll be paying good attention to here as we get closer and closer to the start time here. But again, they haven't played each other all season, but these teams have had very little done to change them here from last season. The Wet Jets themselves only added in Wall as a sub. For Solis, they've made more changes. They got rid of Dom and Demon, who was on the Super Smeg Brother side that just got eliminated this season. Along with Demon, I believe he's also on Smeg Brother. Yeah, Demon's not on that team, sorry. Just Dom's on that team. But Dom, but a Super Smuggler United, Uncut, sorry. Super Smuggler Uncut, who got eliminated now in lower round 1. Solis, though, have made some slight changes again. They added in Dev, and they then added in Deco. Dev, aka Demon, I believe. So, the roster is still very much unchanged from last season. Again, just switching out one player. So again, keeping 3/4 of that roster from last season. We'd expect this Wet Jets team to find success, but we'll have to see about that here, going to a match like this. The benefit is, I think, really both these teams should make top 8. Even if you lose, you should make top 8. But obviously, you don't really want to take chances in a bracket like this. If you go to lowers, you're facing a pretty tough matchup, and for these teams, at least, they would know if they were to lose and then win who they'd be playing against. They'd be playing against Torngelion, which is not an easy roster to play against. And if they were to win this one, they're playing against the winner of Core and Team Evo Iris from the lower brackets. The favorite in that matchup is definitely Torrent Core, who themselves have struggled. They've definitely struggled. They lost to Torngelion in a 7-game series. A Torngelion team that actually has history against Torrent Core of beating them, but Torrent Core themselves, a team that has struggled a lot more in this playoff bracket. They've had a much tougher time recreating what they did in the regular season, so that could be a good matchup to play against if you win this one. Torrent Core, not only are they a good team, but they're a team that clearly is having their issues. We'll get things started very soon here. These teams are long-time teams in the Ascend Tournament Series. Wet Jets, again, have been here since, I believe, Season 1, when the Apex Cup started. Solis were here last season again, made a top 8 run, losing to the Wet Jets in the quarterfinals. But we're in for a good match. We're in for a good day of action. And we're in for some competitive teams. We'll have to wait and see how everybody performs, but again, top 8 just ahead of the mark here on August 31st. Will be our final brackets date. Seems like we'll get things running very soon here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good time. We've got some very, very good players. Yeah, considering just how good some of these... considering how good these teams are in the Apex Cup, the 1750 to 1900 MMR division, it'll be a fun time, that's for certain. It's gonna be a good matchup here. But let's just get things going here. Everybody's waiting for this match to begin. Let's not hold them down anymore. Thunder Solis with Lena. Who's it? Lema, Demon, and Deco. Demon, I believe, is Dev. Yeah, it would be correct. That's Dev. So Dev, who has historically also gone by Demon at times. We've referred to him as Dev, but in this matchup on the other side, the Wet Jets with Moose, Armor J, and Muffin. No surprise who they've got playing in this best of 7. But for these teams, they've got themselves into a good position here. I don't think anyone's surprised that they've made it this far. Now it's about being able to make it into the top 8 and the quarterfinals. 100x Solis are on the blue. The only hope now for 100x85 Esports in this final bracket after 100x Vagabond have announced that they're switching orgs. So Solis trying to make their org happy. Again, they made top 8 last season. This season, though, with a very similar roster looking to make it even further against the Wyffer Wet Jets team that beat them and eliminated them from the quarterfinals last season. No elimination here, but that lower bracket's not an easy place to be in. And, I mean, if I'm either of these teams, you give yourself every advantage you can going into that final bracket. Apex itself has a very strong top group of teams this season. I think it's very clear who our top 8 should be from the way that the bracket is set up. I think the question's really going to come down to, not really, I think more so who makes top 8, because I think, again, it's pretty obvious who's going to make top 8. It's going to come down to where you make it in the top 8, because there are definitely teams that you'd rather play against than others. Considering that the matchup here has a lot resting on it here, as Wyffer Wet Jets trying to look for some offense upfield. Demon will be next to it as he'll flick this one up, looking for the double tap. Will not be able to hit it, but 100x Solis, as expected, a very controlled environment, and very much a team that is going to make you do a lot of movement. So that's something that the Wet Jets are fine with. Is a Wet Jets team that this season has definitely, as they often like to, have played a more defensive role. This season especially, they've been playing a lot more defensively than we have seen in previous seasons. Really doesn't surprise me. Solis right now are holding offense, although for the Wet Jets side that it can be their undoing, and we've seen in the past them have it be their undoing, where their defensive posturing leaves them to concede goals earlier because they can't get upfield. I know that Wet Jets side is really going to come down to the ability for your offense to strike. More so than just the ability for your defense to keep things out. Again, this matchup will be one that you'd want to win. The winner of this will likely play against, again, will play against either the winner of, will play against the winner of Torrent Core team over Iris in the lower bracket. The loser of this matchup would likely have, if they were to win in lowers, which is likely, would have to play against Torrent Galleon. Obviously, with the way that the Final Bracket Qualifier has gone, you'd rather play against Torrent Galleon at this point. Though we'll see how things evolve for all these players as offense will continue. Demon, stopped by Moose. Will be a play for Lena, who will get that next touch. Armor J, pinch this one, will be back in the Solis' favor with that first goal already. They only need to do is slow down the Wet Jets and win in possession. That's something that the Solis roster can do. But it's so tough to do that against the Wet Jets, this team. Such a solid posturing in the game. Specifically, like a player like Armor J, you're going to really see if he can get some space, he will find ways to score as Moose has missed. Muffin's going to get the block. That's going to go up the bar, and Moose will clear. A little bit awkward for both these players, but it will be punched out as Lena on the block. Deco will follow here, and Lena, who was initially part of the MVP, regular season MVP race here for Season 5. Eventually falling off, currently ranked at number 6 overall in rankings. That includes some of our postseason matches. And also number 2 on goals at 25 so far this season. Armor J, by comparison, number 6, or actually tied for 5th at 20. He's listed as number 6 on the leaderboard. But the pressure is on, the play is there, and the Wyffer Wet Jets, they don't really care about stats, they don't really care about ratings. Just looking for ways to get involved as Armor J will find the net! All by himself too, off the ceiling, a miss from Deco. And Armor J will take it. And at this point, you'll take anything you can get. That is a major, major play. The Wyffer Wet Jets. Clearly not done just yet. Moose, clear back by Deco. It'll be Demon now to send it away. As this one will be blocked. Solis. Only 1 goal this game. The Wet Jets only have 1 of their own. It's going to be a matchup not based on high-scoring affairs, but really based on close battles, as Deco's going to be there for it. And Demon will have to send it out. A lot of heavy clears, heavy touches, heavy plays as Demon Muffin gets by Lena. Will find Moose as this one's bouncing. Deco clears it out. The offense still moving here for Solis, but it will likely not have the last laugh in this game because this one's going to stay grounded and no one willing to challenge. We have overtime in this game 1, so our series beginning on golden goal territory. The action just progressing here as Demon, good fake under 1, will be left for Deco. Armor J. Lena gets by both. Moose is going to come in to help him out, and actually Moose has now gotten faked. He was expecting an earlier shot from Demon, or Dev, I should say. Wet Jets will hold on though, as it is Lena. Dev waiting behind. 2 touches just to slow down the Wet Jets. No further play made though as a double commit. Dev got in the way. That net is open, but Deco will be there. And will clear it out as the Wet Jets continue their search. Moose gets by. Lena locks this one out. Armor J on the follow. That goes just above the net. Muff for the challenge. Moose now, who has also been a major threat on offense this season for the Wet Jets. One of the best players when it comes to total assists this season. He's inside the top 10. He'll be an interesting player to watch out for on offense because, well, he may not be scoring as much, often playing a very aggressive type role upfield. He is going to allow, he's going to allow room for Armor J to work and, you know, do what he does best, which is that shooting. As Solis still waits here, a play upfield. This one is on, and it will find the goal. Armor J wins it in game 1. The Wyffer Wet Jets, we're off to a solid start. Game 1 is theirs. House Gryffindor has put themselves 1 step closer to a top 8 finish for a team in the Wet Jets that have never made it worse than top 6. Really feel like this is their moment for a team that made the semifinals last season. Couldn't make it any further. Feels like this could be their moment. Team that has not won since season 2, I believe. This could be very well be that moment for them. The longest standing teams in House Gryffindor, probably the longest standing team at this point on House Gryffindor. And you really think this team has it should have the advantage in this matchup. But as we'll be moving into game number 2, it is the battle of who will be able to make it to top 8 to the quarterfinals. Again, the loser would have to play in that lower round 2 matchup. But well, I think there's still a heavy favorite in it. You don't want to take an extra match if you don't have to. Not, again, especially with the seeding, as it is. It's either Torrent Core or Torrent Galleon for these teams. I'd rather play Torrent Core with the way they've been playing in this top 16. I don't know if the Wet Jets would. They got swept by them earlier in the season, but considering that they struggled against Torrent Galleon, definitely feels like the better team to play against. I know this Torrent Galleon roster decently well. That's a team that's pretty good under pressure. Torrent Core, I don't know how good they are, but clearly they have struggled. Either way, not only will be making it top 8 earlier, just be better against considering who you're playing against. It's also going to be a lot better for you considering that you get a week off and you get an extra week to prepare for your upcoming matchup. I think if you're either of these sides, an extra week off, a week where you don't have to worry about playing for your life, that's a week that you can use to take advantage of the situation, play in for your quarterfinals. And a week that could be well worth it, says the Wyffer Wet Jets. Still looking for that first goal. Moose will go for the flip reset. Stopped by Lena, follow up by Muffin. That one blocked by Moose, says Solis will clear. Armor J on the follow. Lena pushed out the way. Moose off the sidewall. Will play this midfield as that one's saved by Muffin. Deco. Armor J pinched to the side. Moose a little awkward there. Will be a play for Muffin, who will look for Armor J. That one is blocked in front of the net. It's Muffin, and it's the lead for the Wyffer Wet Jets. Dropping it right in front of the net like that. Really, I think no major surprises. The Wyffer Wet Jets will strike first. As this play looking to only progress as Deco will be flicked out. Armor J is already there. The Wyffer Wet Jets, I mean, considering both these teams are playing a very pass-oriented style, very team-oriented style, the Wet Jets are a team that just does this very well. They do it better than most other teams can. And historically have been the best team at this kind of play style in the Apex Cup. Unfortunately for Solis, that is one of the reasons why they could not win last season in the quarterfinals. It was a long series. It went to 6 games. Like, credit where credit's due, that's a close matchup, but it doesn't seem like the Wet Jets who knew how to play a team-based style. It's very tough to answer. But again, Solis themselves have made some changes. Again, adding in Deco for this season, replacing Dom, who, again, has already been eliminated in the final bracket qualifier. Wyffer Wet Jets just looking for another one here, and they almost got it too. That one saved away by Dev as Armor J. I don't know if Boost will be played to Deco. Oh, and a bit of miscommunication. I think Muffin was expecting a play there for Moose, and that could be on, and it will be, but it is easily kept out. The Wet Jets will quickly get rid of it. Quickly get rid of it. I can't speak. Holy. Apologies everyone, English apparently must not be my first language anymore. As the Wet Jets will pursue an even stronger offense, but again, very well cut out by the Solis midfield, who are going to do anything they can to really slow this team down. Unfortunately, they're already 2 goals behind. But any way to stop the midfield out of the Wet Jets at least gives you offense, and it seems like the Wet Jets, you're going to need all the offense you can get. This team has been a formidable defensive structure to beat all season. As on a shot! Well, Lena's gonna bring a punch to the Wet Jets defense. Forget about how formidable they are. If you can outpace them, you'll get those goals. Beating Armor J. Another Solis have scored another, and have scored their first of game 2. One behind now as this one is in front. Very awkward play for Musu. Slow his movement down. Muffin whiffed. Armor J to clear. Straight back to Deco. Moose will be ready. Oh, and Dev missed it! Ooh, it's off the bar! Armor J will have this one next. And all of a sudden, the Wet Jets have some offense here. But as soon as it was made, it will just as quickly dissipate. As the Wet Jets will go for yet another clear. Lena. Beat by Moose. Offense for the Wet Jets as it will be Moose with the ball. Demon. We'll give this one to Lena. Saved away as Muffin doesn't have it. Armor J. The Wet Jets choosing to play patience. As here goes Dev. Moose trying to send one on target. It is Muffin with the challenge, with the play. Solis just choosing to play patiently as the Wyffer Wet Jets will stay in the field as Lena to clear. Muffin doesn't read this one. A play potentially. Moose can't get to it. It's Demon now. Moose to challenge. Armor J. A play from Deco. Dev gets the bump. Lena can shoot here, and she will score. It's a tied game. And maybe the last person to out on that shot, Lena. I mentioned before how Armor J's in the top 10 for scoring this season. Lena is also, as I said, the last person who wants shooting that. On the next Solis. And the offense for Solis heating up as the game goes on. They're still looking for one more. It's in front of the net. That could have been a goal right there. The Wyffer Wet Jets and Solis are back in overtime for a second straight game. Really, they don't want to escape this as early chance. Armor J can't put it in. The Wet Jets, just like the last overtime, immediately looking to get in the way of Solis. Trying to give them any chances of coming back as Armor J. That's a big opening! And it's a wide open net for Lena! Armor J, I don't know if he saw Lena. Oh, he absolutely did. I don't know what the idea was on that touch. If it was meant to be a pass for Moose, but a straight giveaway to Lena. As we'll get things going. Solis answered back. And now we are going to game 3, Lena. Some incredible shooting here. 3 goals, a hat trick. As I said, the one person you want scoring if you're Solis is Lena. Captain. Who apparently I misgendered, by the way. My apologies, I didn't even realize. I must have been... You know, I know why exactly. I know, I was thinking of a different player. They don't even play in ATS. I don't know why I'm thinking of a different person. Anyways, different name. Apologies. Apologies. I know I've done that before, because Lena's name sounds similar to a different player I know. Who is a woman. So my apologies. I don't know why I did that, by the way. I have done that more often recently than before, which... Anyways, my apologies there, Lena. As we'll go into game number... I don't think Lena cares. When you get a hat trick, I think you'll be happy regardless of whatever in the world I'm saying. Oh, 3 goals is already a pretty incredible statistic, and again, it's the player you want scoring here, Lena. Who has been their best goal scorer all season, the only one, again, that's in the top 10 for goals throughout the season so far. As there goes Lena, 1 touchdown. Will be a play for Dev. Deco's already up, but Dev wants this one! You gotta give credit. It's a pretty impressive attempt, but will not be enough to go in, as that's a fake play! Deco, bottom corner! Save by Armor J. They need a little bit more power, and it needs to be close to the net as well. Our next Solis will play upfield, as it's Lena again. Very heavy first touch. Will be played for Deco. Will Dev challenge? No, they don't have any boost. Our next Solis will play to offense, as it's Armor J. Lena. Muffin. Deco. wrapped around Moose. Now a demo and Armor J. Dev. To the back wall, it is Lena. And now Solis again with Dev. Armor J. That is very well made as well. Nobody can reach it, not even his own teammates. And it's Solis, who've got a 2v1 now. Lev to Deco. Saved away again. Another shot that's just too far away. They need to get a little bit closer here. I like the passing, I like the ideas. But if you're going to shoot from that far out, you're going to have to put some power on it. Or you're going to have to get closer. With all the room they have in front of that net, I'm surprised they haven't as... Ooh, what a big close save from Luffin. Dev can score here. Won't be able to hit the net, though. Very tough shot, to be fair. No goals yet, but you can really tell Solis heating up here after that win in Game 2 as Lena, again, has 3 goals from that last game. Dev, infield, up for Deco, looking for someone not named Lena to score, but... Well, you rely on your top scorers to continue to score in playoffs so often. They will find ways to do as that's a big mistake! That was a great shot for Armor J, but how on earth did it get there? There was no one up. Oh, there was, I guess. I believe that might have been Deco who made that pass, and it will be Deco who made that pass. Played right in front of their net, too. That is odd, to say the least. Muffin. Moose. High flick. Deco as well. Muffin. As this one played in front, Lena will have a wide open net. No one even challenged that. Where were the Wet Jets? They all left the play here. Armor J being the last one back, and everybody else just has no boost. I think they're all leaving for boost as well. Armor J must not have realized it with that kind of an aggressive challenge. And Solis, as usual, relying on the shooting of Lena. I mean, it's worked, so why stop it, as that's going to be an open net here for Moose. Well, it is another gifted play by Solis, who... I mean, this is not an easy play for Dev, but... Simply put, you're going to have to do more to outplay the Wet Jets. Often I see players at this level go for those redirects on the back wall. I think that's what Dev's going for. But just unable to get it. Solis are now down by 1 again. In a very crucial Game 3, although they're right back in it! My goodness! For all the errors that their teammates are doing here. Lena's got 2 now. What a great shot from him. Is Dev. Veered away by Muffin. And now, really sent there by Armor J. My goodness. Won't break through though, as Solis are looking to go upfield. Moose. Deco. Missed by Lena, and wide open room for the Wet Jets. High upfield pass. That's one of their major call signs, is those very high infield passes. We haven't seen a lot of them in this matchup, but I think against the Solis team that clearly knows how to pass, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of them. As Armor J will redirect this one up. Oh, a miss! Oh, that's gonna hurt. Deco will have this. And it will be Solis still. A tied game late in the game number 3. Again, Lena with the squad, I believe, the entirety of the last 5 goals for Solis. I don't believe that he scored any goals before that, or at least hasn't scored the last goal before that. I could be corrected, but Solis are really relying on their captain to get all the goals. So far it's worked, but it is leaving them to be a bit one-dimensional as an offense. We need to see more threats than just Lena upfield for our next Solis. Last hope for 135 Esports. Getting so much pressure on them, considering again that Vagabond themselves have left 135 during the Final Four qualifier, now on Team Evo. This is the only 135 esports team left in the Apex Cup. They're looking to make quite a run for this org, an org that this season, I think for the first time, has not actually had as major of team representation as they had in the past. As we're going to overtime again here, every single game so far has gone to OT. It was Solis who, off the play from Lena, won the last one. They didn't win offense early, but they won it in the end. The bouncing ball, played by Lena, off the corner, will be maybe another touch. This one's actually going towards the goal. Dev's got to get to this one. Armor J will be there. Deco, already up. I don't know what this is. My goodness, I don't know what any of this is. It's right in front of the net. Armor J can't shoot that. Double commit. Lena is looking to get it out. Muffin to play. Touched by Dev. Down to Lena. Cleared back. Armor J. Where's the net? But a very easy block for Dev as Deco will turn on this one. Lena to clear. Muffin. Armor J, a little awkward here, will be able to challenge as in comes Moose. Kept out as Lena next again. The Wet Jets looking for that series advantage, and they'll just take it. I already knew this was going to be a decent chance here, but man, Dev was just not covering the net at all here, and oh, I could see why. Chased out by Muffin. And the Wyffer Wet Jets, who, again, have had to play some tough matches in their time, really want this win. They now lead 2-1 in the series after 3 games that have all gone to overtime. Wet Jets have won 2 of them. Actually, they do have tactical timeouts if they so choose to use them. We'll see if they make that choice, but again, we'll see how things progress here. But again, after 3 games, as we're going into game number 4, you really feel like the Wet Jets have that advantage at times. It's that team chemistry that works, but it's been so back and forth, you really can't call it. A top 8 spot on the line for this series. Both teams so desperately want to be there. Solis, I'm sure, you know, with 2 of these 3 players in the field, fresh off of that loss in the quarterfinals of last season, they want to get revenge. They have not had the chance all season until now. See how things perform as it is Muffin. Lena will be next, taking to the skies. Armor J will... Oh, he missed it! Armor J just missed it! And a very routine touch as well. I mean, he's in the right spot. He gets the right kind of lift, but my goodness, that is a poor play for Armor J, who's been so consistent all season. It's a big mistake. And in a moment like this where you're leading 2-1 in the series, where you know your lead is fragile, you don't want to give it up, but Muffin now playing to the net, saved by Dev. Everybody sort of getting involved. This shot saved by Deco, who kind of pushed up a bit too high upfield, almost got caught doing so. Muffin will win the challenge. Straight to Deco. We really haven't mentioned much about Muffin tonight. So often he's kind of third wheeled on this Wyffer Wet Jets roster. But he doesn't really play an interesting role. He's a glue type role. He really just plays for rotations, but there's a reason why this team can be so successful and why they haven't made changes. Even a player like Muffin isn't going to get all the goals, all the credit. He's the glue. He keeps the rotations in check. He does a lot of the tough stuff that the Vesta players won't do. It is a full team effort with this Wet Jet side. Just is that I don't get to mention Muffin much because his role really is one where you don't see him really doing anything crazy on the ball. He just makes sure that his team sticks together, as this is going to be a very tough play to make. Lena will have a chance to shoot, but Muffin is there for it. Cleared away. Armor J will stop the follow-up chances. Moose off the back wall. Still playing it as Moose. Will look for net. Lena is there. Muffin. Cleared back in. Awkward play. Lena. Demo. Armor J blocked by Dev. Will send to one. Moose. That's a great touch. My goodness. As Muffin is already airborne. That one pinched the ground. And Moose will have this one. Wait a second. We may have a disconnect here. These teams still look like they want to keep playing here. As we'll be pausing this game now and see how we can sort out what's happening with the technical issues. Again, seems like we're having a technical problem, so we will be likely going back to the kickoff. But again, we have finally gotten confirmation that there is a disconnect. As, anybody in chat, do you guys know when the last goal went in? Because that's what we're going to be resetting to, I think. Yeah, let's see. As we'll hopefully get, an answer here on the whereabouts of Deco. Seems like they're having some major issues. I know for a fact they've been having ping issues all night. We had a lobby reset after game 1, so no surprises here. Yeah, we are going to keep the scoreline as it is. But again, we'll wait a little bit longer here. Seems like the issue is likely going to persist for at least a little bit longer, so we'll wait on Deco to rejoin this matchup. And we are going to be resetting at 3 minutes. Both these teams said that they want to reset at 3 minutes. We're going to let that goal stand as well. It seems like the disconnect. So it seems like Deco's already back in, so fortunately I don't think this pause is going to last all that much longer, but I'm making sure that we can continue this series onward. As there we go. We're back in. Apologies everyone for the issues here, but we're going to restart from 3 minutes here. Last goal is going to stay as it is. We didn't see the disconnect. I didn't see the disconnect until afterwards. Seems like he may have disconnected before. We didn't get a call for one until a little bit afterwards, so we'll just let this game continue onward. Although, again, both these teams said they don't mind starting from the last goal was scored as well. So we'll let this game continue as Wyffer Wet Jets and Hunter Solis now at 1-1 again. We're just restarting at the 3-minute mark. Both these teams agreed that that seems like a reasonable choice. And continue from there as Armor J. Bucked by Lena. Played by Muffin as here goes Deco. To the corner. Moose is there. Armor J. Cleared ahead. Moose. Oh, he missed on it. It's a play in front of the net here for the Wyffer Wet Jets as Lena will be ready. No real clear out here, although Solis did mention they do have a sub available, so there's a decent chance we might see someone sub in for Deco. Hello, Corporal Monkey Shines. Or Corporal Monkey Shines, that's wrong. Hello, Monkey Shines. How you doing, my friend? Monkey Shines TV, I should say. Totally, I'm sorry, I get my Monkey Shines mixed up. You know, two different people. Very different, definitely. How you doing there, my friend? Oh, I'm doing great. It's nice to see you. We got Hunter Solis and Wyffer Wet Jets, the last hope for Under 35 in the Apex Cup, taking on one of the most storied rosters in ATS history. A team that won in Season 2, a team that has never missed the final bracket date, and a team that has never done worse than top 6 in any league-based event. A team that right now is not too far away from a top 8 finish guarantee. They beat Solis last season in the quarterfinals as well. Like there's a good amount of things in their favors. What are you doing, Corporal Monkey Shines? Corporal Monkey Shines, sorry. What are you doing, Monkey Shines? I keep calling you Corporal Monkey Shines. What are you doing, Monkey Shines? I know you have a tournament coming up. Thank you for the raid, by the way, Maxine. Let me know what you're streaming tonight. I hope it was exciting. You're watching the game. Well, other than that, I know you want to watch on Next 35. Other than that, I've heard you have like tournaments and such coming up. I hope they're enjoyable. I mean, it sounds like they're going to be. Solis will clear. Moose plays it back in. As this game is nearing the end, we've had overtime in the last 3 games. Hunter Solis would like to see, we'll have to see overtime in the next one. Game 4, our 4th straight overtime of the night. And a chance for match point for the Wyffer Wet Jets. But it's Lena, the major goal scorer tonight for Solis, the real reason they are still this close in their series as they have been. As it's a play on net, Muffin will be ready. Lena challenge. Muffin can't win the play, but it will be Armor J instead. Clears this one ahead as it is Dev. High touch, Moose is there. Lena will be clearing this one as Muffin. Dev. On an next Solis. Play midfield will be pinched away as Solis doing a good job at keeping this ball. Well, they will not keep it for much longer as here goes Muffin! Oh, he finds the angle! In overtime as well, it's another win for the Wet Jets. 3-1, triple of match points, and only 1 win away from a spot in the quarterfinals. Wyffer Wet Jets lead this series, and now lead it by even more. 3 teams already booked their spot in the quarterfinals. This week, 1 more can join them, and you feel like the Wet Jets now with how things are going. Want it to be them. And a tactical timeout called by Hunter Solis. That was expected as with the way that this series has been going. And going into Game 5. A major game ahead here. And really a major point for Solis up next in Game 5. They have to win from here on out, or else they're in the lower bracket, fighting for their lives. Can't wait to cast Chaos tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be great. Tomorrow's going to be amazing, by the way. For all of you who don't know, tomorrow is the start of our Pinnacle Cup Championship. It's the quarterfinals. We'll all be live tomorrow. We'll have the semifinals and finals on Sunday. Tomorrow, though, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Stream's going to start at 6:30 Eastern. Join us for the Pinnacle Cup to see who will win the top division in the Ascend Tournament Series. Well, we are going to have an extra minute now to wait a little bit here for these players. Or not, I guess. Solis don't want to use the rest of their tactical timeout. They were only about half the way through it. Yeah, wanted to just jump right back in. So clearly, they think they don't need it as long as the timeout as they use, but they did call for it, and they have used a little bit of it. So their timeout is now gone. I mean, if I'm them, I'm personally using every single second I get in that timeout, but purely Solis didn't need more than a minute and a half to talk things out. And teams are allowed to cut their timeouts short. Solis obviously making the choice that they would prefer to do so, going now into game number 5. As it's Dev. Moose to clear. Armor J to chase, but it will be Moose again. Armor J, the pinch off the corner. Alex Solis just waiting in line, and it's Muffin. Deco. Alex Solis again did say they have a sub available. Obviously choosing not to use it in this matchup. Maybe Deco's internet issues have, at least for now, been able to improve a little bit. We'll see as this series goes on. But for the Wyffer Wet Jets, a major place for them to compete. They win this. They're into the top 8, into the quarterfinals guaranteed. They match up against either Team Evo, Iris, or Torrent Core ahead of them. The loser goes lowers if they can win that matchup. They would be playing against Torrent Galleon, a team that I would personally not want to play against. As Lena looking for the first goal. Great save from Armor J. And this play still ongoing as the Wet Jets will look for the net. But that one is cleared aside. Deco. Off the corner. Armor J leaves it. Muffin can challenge. As Moose will clear it downfield. Demon on the block. Deco now. Some nice control as it's Lena again. Muffin. Armor J. Muffin again. Saved by Deco. As Solis are desperate to keep the series going. It's Lena who finds it off the bar and in. Who else to score but Lena? A team leader all night, their best goal scorer. He's been a wild animal. Everywhere he's been shooting. More goals, more plays. And surely more to follow as Armor J blocked by Lena. Armor J to clear. Lena! That one is sent to the net. Moose now. Challenges Deco. Lena off the corner. Muffin to play. Deco again. Stopped by Armor J. As Alex Solis will win control of the offense. The loser of this match plays the winner of 2017 Golden State Warriors and GHE Athens for a top 8 spot. You really feel like the Wet Jets are closing in on it, and the Solis are really battling for hope. But we know the Solis team has what it takes. Timeouts, at least so far, is good enough to slow things down out of the Wet Jets. That is more of a benefit than you think it would be. This is a Wet Jets team that likes that momentum, and those timeouts can really work to slow them down, although it's not going to slow them down forever. If you're Solis, you need to pick up the pace. Wet Jets team will eventually recover and rebound. You have to find a way to make sure that consistently you don't let them have any opportunities. As Moose. As we're getting a call for another disconnect here. So, another disconnect seems to be happening here with Deco. But an odd situation to be in. And as we'll have to wait a little bit longer, those disconnects continue here. As we'll quickly confirm just to make sure things are back and running, and I think it is, so... There we go, we're back in! Apologies, as the Wet Jets almost get a goal immediately here. Deco is back in. I don't know what happened to his username, but he's back. He might be on a... He might have moved to something else. Anyways, Deco's back in. I promised your user that the account named user, that is Deco. As Armor J will get that block. Demon. Oh, what a save! Follow up for Lena. That's gone in. 2 goals now. As the issues for Solis hopefully subsiding, they have scored 2 now. As it's Moose again. And the Wet Jets who are looking to play on the offensive. Dev. Muffin. Lena. Moose to clear. Our next Solis. We'll flick it out, but it will be, again, them who hold the lead at this point. Wyffer Wet Jets who will not be happy with the number of technical issues that the 100 Solis side have had. Might just have to battle for it in Game 6. For a series like this, I mean, the last time they played it went to... That's an amazing shot from Dev. Last time they played it went to Game 6, and that's where the Wet Jets won it. Do we see history repeat itself here? History is a funny way of sometimes repeating itself, and why not in the playoffs of Season 5? Bernardo Solis, that tactical timeout has helped him out greatly here. They'll win Game 5. And we'll be moving into Game 6 shortly. As the Wyffer Wet Jets, they're going to be unhappy. This was not their best game, but they are also playing off that timeout call from Solis. It's always tough to play off of a timeout. Expectations are that this team's likely, out of the Wet Jets, is likely going to find that resurgence pretty soon. This is not a team that stays slow forever. Give them a game, they'll rebound pretty quickly. We'll go to game number 6 here. And the Wyffer Wet Jets looking to put themselves on a major advantage here as Armor J. High touch, will take to the dribble, looking for the bump as well. Actually connects on it, but later there for the save, infield pass. It's Moose who receives. It's cleared back. 2 touches. Dev. Armor J's gotta be careful, but he'll win the challenge. Moose on the ball. Muffin won't have it. Moose won't either. Dev. Ooh, not the touch I was looking for, but he will find at least some support in Deco. Solis still have it as it is, again, Game 6. This series, really a longer one. For the Apex Cup, we have not seen too many long series. Although we have seen a good couple of them in the upper round, too. As it's Lena. Played in front. Armor J. Dev. Challenged by Muffin, Lena. A little awkward here, kind of got chipped around. Moose is waiting, Armor J's gonna go up on his own. I don't ever really want to see a team run into each other like that. Way again that the Solis team has been competing. Any sort of team bumps, any sort of mistakes, you know that Wetjets team's gonna take advantage of it. Something that they have no problems doing. As Moose. Armor J, not enough boost to really make things happen, but we'll keep playing as that's gonna go off the post. Lena nearly own gold. Solis will be a sigh of relief. That really should have had no chance of going in. It hits the post. As Moose. Armor J. From the playback, we'll be there to challenge Lena. Muffin with the block. It's Moose with the clear. Second touch will find it to stop Dev. Although he needs a little bit of support now from Armor J, who finds Muffin, who will look for the net, but it's a great recovery from Lena, who almost overcommit on there. It's a tough play to make, is now in front. Lena again playing a clutch defensive role. No goals yet, that's why that these teams are fighting so aggressively on defense. They cannot be the ones to give up the first one in this game, because that goal could likely be the difference whether the Wetjets win or whether we go to Game 7. As Deco missed the touch, Armor J drops it under the defense. And the Wyffer Wetjets have struck gold in Game 6. One goal closer. But they've got to hold on. Dev. Still Dev. One more touch. Saved by Moose. Muffin will keep it out. Gonna be sent back in. It's Muffin who will take. As Lena. Oh, bumped out by Muffin. Under X Solis. With very low boost at this point. Armor J played up the back wall. Lena will give it to Dev, although I don't know if it was that very willing. Still a chance to shoot. That's played to the back wall, but Armor J will keep it. And the Wetjets will force Solis to take it away from them again. Pinch downfield. Demo as well. Leaving the play somewhat open for taking as Armor J doesn't have this one. Muffin will. Off the corner, it's Dev. Midfield pass. Under X Solis. Fighting for overtime. They haven't had a lot of luck with overtime this series. Four of the 5 games that have been played have gone to OT, and of those 4, 3 of them have been won by the Wetjets. But it really feels like that Solis' only real possibility now is overtime. And they'll just need one to get there. Lena. That one trickling through. Shot not on. Muffin will be ready. As Deco needed more. The demo will leave the play for Dev. Muffin. Moose. Deco just chips it to the corner, but the Wetjets hold on as it's Dev to the ceiling. Dev again. Armor J to block. Lena already involved. We'll leave it for Deco. This ball is still up. Infield pass. Dev to keep it. Lena can follow, but it's cleared away by Moose. The Wetjets, just like the quarterfinals of last season, have won against Solis 4-2. But unlike last season, they won't guarantee top 4, but they will guarantee top 8 with this. A matchup against Team Evil Iris or Torrance Core in the quarterfinals. As for Solis, they now need to play one more week of action. They'll be playing in lowers. But again, what a standout performance here for the Wet Jets, and a real great performance from Armor J, who really had to do a lot of the load this matchup. It's never easy to play these kind of matches, but credit to the Wet Jets for getting things done. As we get a little interview here with the Wet Jets before we end out what has been our night of action. Again, they're now through to the quarterfinals along with Torrent Galleon, Team Evil Vagabond, and PXU Ghost. Joining us here now is Armor J and Muffin. Welcome in. Congrats on your victory. 4-2 over Solis, just like last season's quarterfinals. But you are guaranteed a spot in the quarterfinals now.
I can't hear you if you're talking.
Uh-oh, my audio went out on Discord. That will happen. There we go. Now it's connected. I had the wrong connection. I was just saying, 4-2, you guys did this last season in the quarterfinals against Solis. You now do it here in upper round 2 of the final bracket qualifier to make the quarterfinals. Armor J, how you feeling? You guys are in top 8 again. You've made yet another championship Sunday.
Feeling pretty good about it. Happy we went, 2-0 in the bracket qualifier or whatever, and yeah, beating a Solis, 2 seasons in a row, it's a really good feeling to have.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can compare Solis to you guys, and that this is a Solis team that likes to play teamwork, likes to work together. This is the same thing that you guys have. It's the same mantra that you guys go for, but you guys consistently seem to take them down. Moose, having played Solis before, what do you think is the difference between you guys and Solis in these kind of matches, and why you have so far consistently been able to beat Solis the last 2 times you played them?
I think we outspeed them really well, and I also think our challenges on them are really good. I think we can get a good read of what they're going to do and just kind of shut it down.
Well, so far you've done just that. Into the quarterfinals to play either Torrent Core or Team Evo Iris. You've already played Iris in the final bracket qualifier. You have not played Torrent Core. You've also played Torrent Core during the regular season, so you're gonna get a rematch of some form in the quarterfinals. Muffin, what's your thoughts on that matchup in lowers to determine who you play against?
I'm really just here for a good time. I don't really care who we play. I'm just here to play. I'm just want a good game. So doesn't really matter to me who we play. We'll do our best no matter what.
Of course, and for a team that has always been able to make it to the final bracket, but has only won once back in Season 2. Armor J, what are you guys going to do to break the longs? What are you guys going to do to get yourself another victory here to stop the long streak of you guys falling just short of the final matchup?
We're just gonna try and scrim as much as we can leading up to that. Probably play a good bit of rank 3s, 2s, just things like that. Just trying to get as mechanically ready, while like with playing 2s and then like playing 3s and scrims and rank. Just getting the chem as locked as best as we can, and yeah, just hopefully whenever we get there, we'll be locked in and can take it home for a second time.
Well, you guys are definitely chasing that victory, although that victory is not too far away from you guys. You're into the quarterfinals. Congrats on your victory here over 100 Solis 4-2. Before you leave, let's get some quick shoutouts here, starting with Muffin. You have any shoutouts you want to say? Anybody out there you want to thank?
Overall, just thank these 2 guys here, sticking together so long. We've had our ups and downs, especially with me. I'm the unk of the team. My reaction time might be getting a little low. So shout out these 2 for sticking with it and sticking with me.
Yeah, I know nobody ever mentions Muffin about it, but everybody does call this team the retirement home team. So, I guess that is a
yeah.
More than one person has called you guys the retirement team. Yeah,
yep.
as I've
heard.
Shout
out Bezzy too. Love you.
Bezzy was one of them. So that is also very fair here, but we'll keep things going. Now, Moose, do you have any shoutouts, anything you want to say? Now you guys have made it to the quarterfinals, and you have to wait a little bit until August 31st when the final bracket begins.
I want to shout out my teammates, obviously. Armor J is kind of the carry of the team now. I kind of lost that role. I used to have it. I want to shout out you, Sporty. You're a great caster. Great guy. You're the GOAT. I love you.
Appreciate it as well. There. Apologies for all the technical issues with Solis. Seems like they're having some light problems there, but fortunately we were able to kind of work things around here. And again, fortunately for you guys, you get that victory regardless here. Armor J, do you have anything you want to say to kind of round things out here? Again, you guys are going to be playing on the 31st, so it's going to be a little while before we see you again on this channel. Is there anything that you want to say?
yeah, I mean, kind of like what these two said. Shout out to both of them for just we've been going at it for, I mean, year and a half to even almost 2 years now. But yeah, it's been a good time. Shout out to Solis. I know that I mean, we've experienced it before. All the disconnects and stuff. It can be very frustrating, but they played through it, which I respect them for that. Shout out to you again for casting us 2 nights in a row now, and 2 for 2 on the dubs. But yeah, and shout out for everybody watching. It's a good time.
Well, of course, and thank you so much for joining here as well, Armor J, Moose, and Muffin. Have an amazing rest of the night. Good luck in the rest of your competition, and congrats on making the final bracket yet again. You guys can never seem to miss it. You haven't missed it since season 1.
Thank you.
Well, thank you again.
Of course, have an amazing rest of your night. That was Armor J, Moose, and Muffin joining us there. Yet another season where they've made it to the final bracket. We'll see if they can win and keep it to being yet another season where they've made it inside the top 6. Well, the way that it's looking right now, things are going very well for House Gryffindor. This is not even the only team that's competing for that final bracket spot. Gryffindor version 2 also has a chance on making the final bracket, and it's a very non-zero chance as they're in the lower round 2 right now. So we might have 2 Gryffindor teams in the top 8 this season, something that I think was last done 2 seasons ago in the Advent Cup. We haven't seen that in a little while, but something that can absolutely happen. For now, though, thank you all so much for joining the SN Tournament Series Mainstream. I'm Spuddy FC. Have an amazing rest of your night.